He's standing here waiting for you to ring him up. How fucking...
Get out!
Help your customer!
Go!
And I have just been asked to leave the store. He greeted me. That was nice. I did find the item that I wanted, and the next thing he said was that he'd like me to leave.
If you do not stop recording in my store, I'm going to call the police and ask you to leave now.
Please call the... That would be awesome. That'd be awesome. We can call Fox 5 and all sorts of stuff. I would like to purchase something here. Please do call your boss, because I will be calling corporate.
Go for it.
I am looking forward to releasing this video, because I just want to purchase something.
Fuck off, dude! Fuck off! Get the fuck off in here, man! Fuck off, man! Stand your racist motherfuckers!
Racist?
Yeah!
Stuart,
Right?
I'm not a racist.
Right, I got a fucker in my store. He won't leave. He's wearing some Trump bullshit. Got some racist bullshit all up in his head and shit. I'm not serving anyone that has to do with that. He's a treasonous asshole.
I don't have a problem with you, sir, whatsoever. I just want good health care for my kids. I don't have a problem with the color of your skin or yours. I'd like to purchase some of this naked vape juice, though, if that would be all right. All right, see, because... Okay, here's where we're at.
Leave the store.
Here's where you're at.
Leave the store.
Leave the store.
Here's where we're at, dude. Leave the store! Off! I don't give a... Get out! Dude,
go ahead, take another swing at it. Make contact with me one more time. I'm going to make a deal with you. I want to purchase that vape juice.
No.
If you sell it to me, I won't... If you sell it to me... Look, if you sell it to me, I won't call the police. What you did was assaulted me. What I need is that for my wife. If you sell it to me, I won't call the cops and press charges on you for assault. I won't call corporate and get you fired. Just sell me the product so I can leave.
What do you want?
Naked in the strawberry in a fucking 6 milligram.
Where do you see naked?
Right here. This shit. Where is it?
Where
this
do you see
right there. Here. Right next to that. In a 6 milligram. Make sure it's a 6 milligram so I don't have to come back.
No, you're not back in my store, homie. I'm making sure of that. Get the out of here, dude. Oh my
God bless America. Capitalism wins again.
Your capitalism, your fucking president. He's a racist, stupid piece of shit. You're a racist,
just ring the shit up.
Stupid piece of shit.
Just ring the shit up.
Off.
Do my bidding.
Man, get out.
Sell it to me. No. Sell it to me. Sell it to me, punk.
Call the cops.
It's your job, your freedom. Sell me the shit.
You can be.
No. Sell it to me.
Nope.
Sell it to me.
Off.
Come on. Ring it up. Ring it up and you don't ruin your life. That's where you're at right now. Because you done upset me. And you should have helped him first in the first place before you threw a temper tantrum, dipshit. He's standing here waiting for you to ring him up. How
Get out!
Help your customer.
Go!
You got a business card here?
We are going to be here all day. Get out!
I'm cool with it. I'm recording. You got a business card for your manager or anything like that?
I ain't giving you dick.
Oh, man.
I'm giving you dick.
This is phenomenal. Look, God bless America and everybody in it. I love you, sir. I don't even know you. I love you too. And God bless you.
This is about money.
This is about money. I just want to bring this thing home to my wife. You know? This got nothing to do with skin color.
I'm not selling
This has nothing to do with skin color.
This is about money, man.
Okay, I like having a little bit more money in my paycheck. I like paying less for my kids' health care. I got nothing to do with skin color, bro.
I'm not selling you dick.
I'm sorry, bro. You gotta go through this, but
Wow, man. God bless you. Hey, check it out. He's still your president. Go f yourself.
If the Constitution was written to benefit only white people, why is it that Asian Americans are the richest people by race in America right now?
Because the Constitution wasn't written to make people rich.
Was the Constitution written in Korean?
The Constitution was written to make people own slaves.
Yeah, yet Korean Americans and Vietnamese are actually benefiting the greatest from this American experiment.
Actually, in California, as a direct result of Asian success, there were laws passed that stopped Asian Americans, or Asians period, Asian immigrants, from being able to become citizens or own land.
Chinese
as a direct
Exclusion Act,
result
you don't recall
of
history
Asian
like that?
success. So no,
you're
like structurally there have been many roadblocks.
so you're proving my point precisely.
No, I'm
She's
not.
like trying to make a point.
So your point is that we were racist against Asian Americans, and now they're the richest in America. So they went through a vast time of inequities, and they rose above it, and they're much richer per income and wealth than white Americans.
No, that happens because Americans realized that they f***ed up and they lost all of the labor that was going to be possible for people to work on farms in California in order to exploit the land that was in California. There was no way for them to have people to work there, and that's why they brought immigrants back. That's why.
So what social program
America
was designed?
was literally built on our backs.
That again, swearing and saying things like that doesn't make your argument any more valid. But
Okay, but it helps me take out a little bit of my anger.
that's fair. Which
is valid for me to do.
Then if it was rigged for a specific group of people, Asian Americans are the richest by race. The second are Indian Americans, people from India. And the third would be white Americans.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, so how is why is that?
How do you feel about
What are
phrenology?
you saying about racial inequality then on the other side?
So why? No, but explain to me why that is. I could tell you why it is though.
Maybe the top 1 or 5% are the richest. What about the global South? What about the poverty? What about the lowest?
What about the? Okay, so let's talk about
the lowest 50%. What are
In America or
Well, yeah,
globally?
no, in America. And globally, as well
Okay.
as
Bring up
globally.
Venezuela
What's their
now, 'cause they
racial
love doing
background?
that.
Well,
What's the
I mean-
racial demographic of that? Mostly people of color, not white people.
But the Asian Americans are at the top of the socioeconomic ladder
A
relatively.
very small number.
No, in the aggregate.
Not,
in the aggregate. If you look at the way the data is compiled and presented to us, they are the richest per capita group by race in America. Why? Because over the last 50 years, Asian Americans graduated from high school in record numbers. They did not commit
Because
crimes.
we're smarter than you. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That's a racist argument you just made.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into eugenics, but you just said you're smarter. I don't think that. I don't think any
What are you
race is
trying
smarter.
For other races that haven't done what you're describing.
Because
haven't seen
okay,
the
so
economic
okay,
gains.
let me. So the two groups that are poorest by race in America are Native American Indians and African Americans. We've done the most to try to help them over the last 50, 60 years. We have the Bureau of Native American Affairs in the federal government. We spent $22 trillion in the federal government trying to help Black America, and Black America is poorer today than before we tried to start to help them. $22 trillion.
Racism that just exists in the system.
Okay, so your argument, institutional racism. My argument is failed policies that Lyndon Baines Johnson, a bitter and committed racist, you and I will both agree, and a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat who didn't want to sign the Civil Rights Act, passed the Great Society, which clustered.
Do you think JFK was going to sign the Civil Rights Act?
Well, he wanted to before he was.
He was certainly not going to.
So you're right. The Democrats were opposed to it. You're right. The Northeast Democrats.
LBJ was definitely for it because he was from South Texas.
So what did he call the Great Society bill?
Oh no, LBJ was a racist because he was an old white man.
Are all white people racist?
I would say that I think white people have an implicit bias. You can argue with me. I think white people have an
Do
implicit bias.
you understand how racist it is to think that all white people are racist?
We don't experience systematic racism.
Poverty doesn't force anyone to commit crime. It may create hardships. It may test a person's character, but it doesn't make anyone to steal, to cheat, or to harm others. What truly leads to crime is a lack of moral integrity, ladies and gentlemen. A breakdown of conscience, values, and personal responsibility. I mean, we live in a world where people are quick to blame circumstances. But the truth is, integrity is always a choice. Integrity is always a choice, even in the darkness, most desperate conditions. People still have the power to choose right over wrong. They always have.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about that. So then how did Asian Americans climb up the power structure?
That has nothing.
No, can anyone explain that to me? Because I can't.
I'll explain it. Most Asian Americans here, okay? You said Native Americans, Black Americans.
Are the two poorest by race?
I know.
That's
what
inarguable.
keeps them in common, okay?
What keeps them in common?
They've been here for a while.
Okay, so you know what
Native
keeps them in common?
Yeah.
They also get the
explain it,
most
okay.
government benefits per capita than any other group in America, because the way government programs are.
That's a symptom, not a cause.
No. And you can go to almost a direct date. Black America is poorer today than before we started helping Black America. The welfare
By
programs.
helping even by desegregating, I don't think that's much help.
Okay, so how about this? The Black single motherhood rate in year 1964 was 22%. Now it's 74%. How on earth does that happen? It happens because we subsidized single motherhood through the 70s, 80s, and 90s by saying if you get married, you lose your government benefits.
Birth control for lower income people. That's why.
Then why is it only their community, the Black community, that saw a spike in the single motherhood rate?
Because
they're
they
the
don't
lowest
have the
income.
same access to it because they've been written out of those
But
laws.
weren't Asian Americans written out of the laws in the 1940s and
No,
50s?
because they are not Black.
Oh, okay, so it's only Black people that experienced a tough 20th century.
No, I'm talking about Black people that were specifically written out of these laws.
Asian Americans were written out of laws in the 1940s.
I
We put
understand.
Asian Americans in internment camps.
I understand.
So so what you
did
could.
that?
I'm sorry.
You did that?
Well, California Democrats did that in the 1940s under the direction of Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Switched positions on those ideas. Did you take U.S. history?
Yeah, I did. That is one of the biggest lies ever taught in U.S. history, and we could talk about that. So, Democrats have always been about control and always been about power. That is the continuity. Republicans have always been about freedom. The Republican Party was founded in 1860 as an anti-slavery... Freedom for all people. The Republican Party was founded as an anti-slavery party for rights of all Americans in 1860, founded in Ripon, Wisconsin, and it has not changed. It has always been about the equality and freedom of all people. The Democrat Party has always been about division.
What do you think about the war on drugs that the Republican
No, I
Party
actually would have more sympathy with you about decriminalizing marijuana and the war on drugs. So. Yeah, I know it's funny to believe in freedom, but
How come whenever we bring up something,
drugs. How is that about freedom?
I'm sorry.
But like Reagan was one of the biggest proponents of the war on drugs. How is that freedom? How is that pro-freedom?
Again, it was a bipartisan agreement, but I would agree. I think that's a valid point.
how come every single thing?
I think it's well, I mean, I know it might amaze you to say that I actually said you made a valid point that Republicans have been hypocrites on the war on drugs over the last 30, 40 years.
But then can you also recognize that the war on drugs disproportionately hurt people of color, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't experienced the economic gains that you say everybody should have experienced?
So how big of a reason do you think that contributed to the rising single motherhood rate in urban
Pretty
communities?
significantly.
I mean,
So many
if the
people
dad's in
were
jail,
sent
then
to prison.
So why is it only their community that saw the spike in single motherhood
Because
rate?
crack
Despite
So many
Has
Black
a-
fathers were being sent to prison.
and it was only Black communities doing cocaine. It wasn't Hispanic communities or Asian American communities
No, you're right.
or white American communities doing crack cocaine.
Demographics for those communities.
The cocaine
Don't just
epidemic.
focus on Black single motherhood.
Are you triggered, by the way?
We've all seen you be triggered on YouTube as well, so don't act like yelling and being upset is something independent to people on the left.
Well, I get yelled at more than that.
Dude,
But anyway.
Congress sort of 100 to 1.
But let me ask you a question.
conspiracy
The
for
crack cocaine
Yeah.
epidemic in the 1980s hit all communities. It hit the Black community the worst, but it hit all communities.
Yeah, so
Correct?
it hit all communities, but the Black community the worst. Okay, so how come Congress threw it a 100 to 1 sentencing disparity?
No,
with,
you're gonna
crack
find
cocaine having.
you're gonna find sympathy with me in the drug law argument. But you're not gonna find sympathy is that we continually subsidize through these welfare programs and then broken public schools. We can get into that, which is a complete relationship with the Democrat Party and the cartel, which is public sector teacher unions. That does not allow good teachers to be paid more and bad teachers to be fired. Yes, the public sector teacher union is a cartel.
Okay. So you're saying
It's
teachers are
advocating
paid
for
too
public
much?
sector teachers.
I'm sorry?
You're saying teachers are paid too
No,
much?
teachers should be paid more and bad teachers should be fired. Under the current way the tenure laws are written and the agreement between the state government of Texas or the state government of Kansas and the public sector teacher unions, bad teachers cannot be fired. It's nearly
Why
impossible
don't we talk
to fire
about
them.
police unions?
Who
Police
is
unions
the
are cartels.
education system in Texas?
Democrats.
Who has been in power for the last 50 years in Texas?
Well, Republicans, just so you know, understand your history, Texas became a red state around like 88. So it was mostly Democrats that built these. So it was Lyndon Baines Johnson that was a Democrat,
Daddy.
and Kay Bailey.
Daddy.
Wait, it's funny.
Lyndon Baines
So by the way, so what did he call the Great Society Act since you call him Daddy? He called it he called it the N-word bill. He was a bitter and committed racist.
I know he was a racist, but we still got these things through.
You mean the things that kept Black America permanently poor and kept an entire part of the American population without hope? That's something you're proud of?
I'm not an African American person, so I can't speak on that behalf.
But you can
And
look
I
at
don't think you
data.
are either.
What other buzzwords
I don't think you are either, so I don't know if you can speak
But I
on
mean,
that.
like what data do you have to argue
You can go to
that?
the library and pull it out.
Crime is not a poverty issue, it's a heart issue. It comes down to character in the end. It always does. Discipline and the willingness to do what is right, even when everything around you is hard or when nobody is looking. So, no one should ever give an excuse for a wrongdoing by pointing to poverty. No. Because the moment we do that, we rob people of their dignity, their agency, and their ability to rise above their circumstances. One of the greatest problems facing this generation is the unchecked influence of cell phones. Oh, I'm serious, ladies and gentlemen. The smartphone is a powerful tool, but yet it has become a weapon against focus, depth, mental clarity, especially among the Gen Z. Especially among the Gen Z, it's not just a distraction, it's a digital addiction. Their minds are constantly overstimulated by endless scrolling, shallow content, and instant gratification. You see? And as a result, attention spans are shrinking, critical thinking is deteriorating, and meaningful face-to-face communications are becoming rare. Charlie is simply speaking common sense, plain practical truth that used to be universally understood. He's not shouting radical ideas or promoting hate. No, he's just saying things not long ago everybody used to agree on. Basically, basic morality, biological reality, personal responsibility, and the value of free speech. Yeah, and yet people still hate him for it. I mean, they call him dangerous, offensive, or even hateful, not because what he's saying is wrong, but because it disrupts the carefully protected illusions that now dominate our culture. That's it, folks. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's so heartbreaking. John 8:2 records Jesus saying, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will live in the light of life." They will live in the light of life. And this is a powerful statement that reveals Jesus as the ultimate source of illumination, both spiritual and moral. Both spiritual and moral. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in a world often shrouded in confusion, in sin, and despair, Jesus offers a guiding light that leads us out of darkness. To follow Jesus means more than just believing in him. It means embracing his truth, his ways, his life. Walking in his light means living in his word with clarity, hope, and purpose, free from the blindness of sin and ignorance. You see, this light isn't just about avoiding darkness. It's about stepping into a life full of meaning and eternal hope. Yeah. And Jesus promises that when we follow him, we will never be lost or alone, because his light continually leads and sustains us. Yeah, continually. God bless Charlie. His patience is truly remarkable, and his ability to teach is a gift. Ladies and gentlemen, in a world full of shouting, matches, and emotional outbursts, Charlie stands calm, composed, and thoughtful. He doesn't just argue, but he actually explains. You see, he doesn't mock, he reasons. You see, even when faced with hostility or ignorance, he responds with clarity and with grace. That kind of patience is not natural. It's spiritual. It comes from a deep conviction, a steady heart, and a genuine desire for the others to also see the truth. Charlie isn't just winning debates. He's planting seeds. He's doing what great teachers do, making people think. That's what he's doing. challenging them to rise higher and doing all with a level of respect that's rare today. Yeah. So my greatest desire above all else is that one day they will come to know God, to truly encounter God, and to find in Him peace that surpasses all understanding. I long for them that they may lay down their burdens, their fears, and their restless strivings, and find the rest, find the refuge, and the grace that's available in Jesus Christ. Amen. Well, if you like this video, be sure to watch the next one. I will see you next time. It's bye-bye for now.